Well, hello, welcome to another Monday Moment. And I want to talk to you today about, I believe, the three tests that you could say every leader must face, the three tests that every growing believer must face. I've seen people pass one of these tests, but not the other two. Two of these tests and not the third. And yet I think they will kind of go up in degree and in challenge as your weaknesses kind of rise to the top. Because when you become a leader, your life becomes more transparent, and those those areas, those flaws, those weaknesses, they kind of get highlighted. And I believe they're highlighted so that, you'll face them and you'll deal with them. And so let's jump into our text. I'm in Luke 16, and I'm going to read 10 through 13. It says, "The one who is faithful in a very little thing is also faithful in much. The one who is unrighteous in a very little thing is also unrighteous in much. Therefore, if you've not been faithful in the use of unrighteous wealth, who will entrust the true wealth to you? And if you've not been faithful in the use of that which is another's, who will give you that which is your own? No servant can serve two masters. He'll either hate the one, love the other, or he'll be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and wealth." I see three tests here that every growing believer, every growing leader, and I'm believing that I'm speaking to you and that you're all leaders in some way, shape, or form. First off, the test of the little things. Notice it says the one who is faithful in a very little thing is also faithful in much, and the one who's unrighteous in a very little thing is also unrighteous in much. I see many, they can't get past this. They're frustrated. I should be doing more. I can't understand why I wasn't placed over that, or I wasn't given that promotion, or I wasn't given that next level opportunity. Many times it's because you face the test of the little things. And if you haven't handled little things well, then why would more be entrusted to you? The test of the little things says an awful lot. How you serve when you're doing something small is a very accurate picture of how you're going to serve when you're given even more. The test of the little things, the first test. The next one says, "Therefore, if you have not been faithful in the use of unrighteous wealth, who will entrust true wealth to you?" I believe that this is enormous. The test of money, the test of riches. And notice it says, if you can't handle unrighteous wealth, then how will true wealth be entrusted to you? True wealth, I believe, is talking about people. It's talking about souls. If you can't handle money, then why should you be trusted with people? It makes sense. I believe one of the biggest tests that a leader faces is in regards to finances. It's in regards to money. If you won't honor the Lord with your wealth, then why should he entrust what's even more precious, people and souls and eternity regarding individuals? Why would he entrust that to you? So are you honoring God with your wealth? Deuteronomy 14:23 tells us that tithing teaches us to always put God first and foremost in our lives. Or another version says it teaches us to fear the Lord. And so are you doing that? Well, if you're wrestling with money, you'll wrestle with people. I mean, if you can't honor God with your finances, then I believe it's difficult to honor him with your fellow man. And then notice the last one, the third test. So the first test is the little things. Second test is money. Notice the last in verse 12. "And if you've not been faithful in the use of that which is another's, who will give you that which is your own?" The third test is the test of that which belongs to somebody else? How do you steward something that belongs to someone else? Scripturally, if you don't do that well, then you won't be given that which is your own. How are you treating that rental? How are you treating your parents' vehicle? How are you treating that workplace? Maybe you aspire to run your own business one day. Well, what kind of an employee are you now? And it's a huge leap from being an employee to being an employer. It's a huge leap. And how you handle that which belongs to somebody else is a very good indicator as to whether or not you're ever going to have your own. And if you do have your own, how long it's going to last. You would be shocked at how many people simply don't get the fact that they need to be good stewards of what belongs to someone else before they're ever given their own. I mean, take good care of that rental. Lisa and I always tried to leave everywhere that we ever rented better than when we got it. Even if we were there for a short time, I mean, we planted flowers in places that we stayed for like 6 months. And the owners even said, it looks better now than when you guys came in here. That was our goal. We were sowing, believing that we were going to reap one day. We were sowing into what belonged to somebody else so that we could one day reap that which was our very own. And we do now. We have a beautiful home now. And I believe it goes all the way back to sowing and reaping. All the way back. I mean, would people buy a vehicle that you've owned for a while? We've had people buy vehicles from us sight unseen just because they knew we took good care of our stuff. And so, are you faithful with that which belongs to somebody else? Are you a good steward of things? Do you take care of your things? These are the 3 tests. The test of the little things, the test of money or wealth, and then the test of that which belongs to someone else. I hope you're passing your test. God bless, and we'll see you next Monday.